Very good morning to everyone. Today we'll start our third unit, which is stability analysis. So the name itself, it shows that we need to analyze the complete system stability. So in this unit, we will come across a few concepts and what is stability and definitions of stability. Let's see the syllabus now. See, according to our syllabus, we can come across the concept of stability. Means what is stability, how stabilities can be defined, and what are the different types of stabilities and what are those definitions, and Routh stability criteria and qualitative and conditional stability conditions. So how we can identify the stability, or how we can determine the stability using the Routh-Hurwitz stability principle, that we will see in this concept. And then we will go through the root locus technique. In this root locus technique, we will construct the root locus diagram according to the stepwise procedure. From that root locus diagram, we can determine the stability of the control system. And not only that, a root locus technique will also help us to bring unstable system to a stable system. So that is the beauty of root locus technique. So we can convert, or we can bring unstable system into the stability with the help of root locus also. But we will determine, majorly we will determine the stability of the system with the help of root locus. So in this concept, we will see that one. And this is the first part of our third unit. This is the first part of our third unit. Coming to the second part, we will determine the stability with the help of frequency domain analysis. And the frequency domain analysis is new to us. So for that, we need an introduction for the frequency domain analysis, and we will learn few terms, few specifications which are related to the frequency domain. The same thing we have seen in unit 2, that is time domain specifications. We have seen rise time, fall time, delay time, peak overshoot. These terms we have seen, right, etc. So here also we'll come across the frequency domain specifications. So a few terms will be there because this is a frequency domain. So we will regularly use a few terms, and we need to know what are those terms, how they are defined, how those terms can be calculated, or calculated like that. We will see in the concept of frequency domain specifications. Okay, and then we will see the Bode diagrams, or Bode plots or Bode diagrams. So these Bode diagrams or Bode plots is also a procedure to determine the stability of the system, but this is in the frequency domain. This Bode diagram determines the stability in frequency domain, whereas the root locus technique determines the determines the stability in S domain or Laplace domain, simply S plane or S graph. So with the help of linear graph, we will construct root locus and we will determine the stability. But coming to the Bode diagrams, we'll calculate the gain margin and phase margin, and then we will determine the stability of the system in the frequency domain. So with the help of frequency plot, we will determine the stability analysis using Bode plots. So this is second part of third unit. So most importantly, we need to determine the stability. So there are three different techniques to determine the stability. Three different techniques have been given here in this unit. One is a Routh stability criteria, Routh-Hurwitz stability criteria. The second one is a root locus technique, and the third one is Bode plots. So these three techniques are helpful to determine the stability of a given system. Okay, so this is about the syllabus that we can come across in this unit. Now, coming to the introduction and the concept of stability. What is stability? See, for a given input, the output must be expected a finite value, and it should be controllable, and it should be stable. There are different terms or different types that are involved in the stability. So there are different definitions for the stability of a system, and you can see here seven different definitions have been drawn for different type of stabilities. So the first one is, a system is stable when its output is bounded, which means the output must be a particular finite value for the given finite input signal. So if we are saying the given system is stable, then the output response must be a finite value, a limited value, and that must be with respect to the input. So this output will vary by varying the input. And the second definition, that represents asymptotically stable system. So asymptotically stable system can be defined as when there is no input. That means the input, if the input is 0, then the output tends to 0 slowly. Here there is no effect of initial conditions in this case. If the input becomes 0 or there is no input, then the output response will comes to 0 slowly. This type of stability is called as asymptotically stable system, right? And you can see the next one, next definition of stability. A system is stable for the bounded distributing input signal, then the output vanishes ultimately as t approaches to infinity. So that means what? If the input signal is a bounded signal, bounded and distributed signal, then the output becomes completely 0 when the t is infinity. When the time reaches to infinity, then the output vanishes completely. And the next definition, when the system is unstable here, when the system is unstable for the given bounded input signal, then the response of the output is oscillatory. Oscillatory, the sinusoidal shape is the best example for oscillatory condition. In the next class, you will see the waveform for the oscillatory condition, then you will clearly understand. So if the system is unstable, then the output response must be oscillator, at least. Okay, so this is another definition. And the fifth definition is, for a bounded input signal, the output has constant amplitude oscillations. Oscillations can be of any type. See, these are also oscillations, but you can see the oscillations are increasing with respect to time. But what he said here, if the oscillations are having a constant amplitude, like our sinusoidal signal, oscillations are there like this, but the amplitude is same. Whatever be the time, the amplitude is same. Then the type of system is called a limitedly stable system. The type of system is called limitedly stable system. So like this, we can determine the stability of the system for different types of systems. So all these are the different definitions to define the stability of the systems.